Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Zwanda and in this channel we talk about all things personal finance. It's been a while since I recorded. I'm so excited to actually be doing this. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. I am almost at 4,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate it if you can subscribe and join the community. So in today's video, I'll be giving you an update on my EasyEquities portfolio. So this video, I've done it before, and at that time I had 25,000 Rand on my account, which is last year in October. So last year is in like 2021, in case you watch this years later. So I had 25,000 in my account and I had about 5,000 profits. And at that time, my account was only a year old. And now my account is almost 2 years. And it's been 6 months since the last time I recorded. So I'll be referencing a lot from the previous video. If you haven't watched it, please don't worry. I will put the link here. Or is it here? Yes, I'll put the link so that you can catch up on what has changed since October last year to now, which is May 2022. Okay, so I feel like I'm doing pretty well, pretty okay. Maybe not the best, but okay, right? So yeah, let's get into it. I have some notes because there's a lot of numbers in this. Right, so give me some grace a little bit. I'll be checking. Yeah. So, okay, let's start here. Last year, my portfolio had these companies. It had Capitec, it had First Rand, it has Purple Group, it had Sasol, Tungela, Vukile, and Woolworths on my ZA account. So I'm just gonna mention the ZA account and the USA account, because on TFSA I only had Cetrix Top 40 by then. Okay, so on USD I had Apple and I had Caterpillar. Those were the only stocks that I had at that time. And like I said, I had 25,000 with 5,000 Rand profit. At that time, I think it was about 25% growth. It's a pretty good growth. I'm not complaining. I was happy because it was my trial money. I was just starting. So now I'm going all in. I'm trying to increase my portfolio in shares, or my overall portfolio in terms of my money. I'm trying to have more shares in my money as a portion of my money than her holding cash. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So also in the beginning of the year, when I was doing my 2022 financial goal setting, I mentioned that my goal for the year is to have 150,000 Rand, I wish it was dollar, Rand in this portfolio. Currently, I'm sitting at, give me a second. Currently, I'm sitting at 113,000. So I have recently deposited 20,000 Rand, which has not been invested. So I hope to do another video telling you what I have invested in with that 20,000 Rand, right? So quickly, I want to mention that I do not want to own so many shares. I don't want my portfolio to be very scattered. I want to own like very strategic shares and keep them as minimal as possible. And if I don't feel good about a share, I need to sell it and buy the one which is more aligned. What I plan to do is to buy more of the shares that I'm holding. So from the shares that I told you that I had in October 2021, I still have them. I just added 3 more from that. So I still hold Capitec, I still hold First Rand, Purple Group, Sasol, Tungela, Vukile, and Woolworths. I still have them. I have just topped up the amount on those shares. Okay, so now let's talk about the overview of the account. So currently, overall, I have 113,000, as I have mentioned, and I have a profit of 18,000. So in the last 6 months, I've made a profit of about 13,000 because in October I had a profit of 5,000 Rand. So yes, I have 18,000 Rand of profit, and that is 24% of my overall portfolio. Okay, this was high before I deposited the 20,000, so now it has recalculated. Okay, so on the ZA account, which holds South African stock, I have a profit of 19,000 796. As you can see, my ZA account has more profit than my overall account because the USD account is bleeding. So that's why I have overall profit of less than 19,000. This is my my best performing portfolio. It's the ZA account, and the overall value of this account is 64,621, right? So on tax-free savings account, I have the total amount of 38,634. So last year, before the end of the year, I decided to maximize my tax-free savings account, which I plan to do throughout the remainder of the other years until I get to 500,000, which is the limit that you can contribute on tax-free savings account. So I have 38,000. So I only deposited 2,000 more because last year I maximized it, got 36,000. And the profit here is 1,500. If there's one thing about tax-free savings account, and as much as I like it, and I feel like it's a good strategy, in terms of growth, it's lower than, the normal equities. And then let's go to the USD. The overall account is at minus 2,900 loss. So I'm making a loss of minus 22.9%. The overall value of this account is 9,900, right? So this is quite a huge loss. 3,000 is quite a huge loss, but I'm not selling, and I am just planning to buy more of the stocks that I hold. I think we all know what's happening in the US, so I'm hoping that once the war has passed, everything is going to recover and I will be able to recover the money that I lost. Also, the money that I have there is money that I can potentially lose, and I will still be looking into other strategy to mitigate this loss as well. So going into the shares themselves, okay, I currently hold Capitec and I have an amount of about 7,000 Rand there in total value. And because the share price is about 2,000 Rand, that probably means that I have 3 plus a fraction of a share. So my goal on Capitec is to at least own 10 shares. That would be about 20k. I'm very bullish on Capitec, so I'm probably gonna buy more, right? What is interesting with Capitec versus other banks is that other banks actually have a better PE ratio, and PE ratio is like the price of a share versus earnings per share, right? It's like how long would it take you for you to recoup the price of a share from your earnings, right? So it can be given by a number like 10, like 15, meaning that it would take 10 times of the earnings to get back the price that you used to buy a share. So the lesser the PE ratio, the better, okay? So Capitec has about 28 PE ratio, and Standard Bank has about 10, and Absa has about 7. So they are a lot cheaper. It takes you faster to get back the money that you used to buy an Absa and a Standard Bank share than it does for Capitec. But at the same time, I didn't know this when I was buying this share back then. But at the same time, I felt the need to keep Capitec and still continuously buying Capitec shares because I think in terms of fundamentals, they have higher potential growth. I think Capitec still falls under a bit of a growth stock, where else those other banks are matured stock, right? So there's still potential growth. Capitec still hasn't tapped into overall South Africa, and it's a retail banker. They focus on things that affect us as like retailers, and that's good. And I think is a good model for South Africa. They can still tap into other countries. I don't know if they have plans to do that, but they can still do that, right? So I'm still bullish on Capitec, and I'm still going to buy more. Okay, so I own two shares on financial institution, which is Capitec as well as First Rand. So I own First Rand, which the current price is 69 Rand, and I own 17 shares, and the value that I have on this account is 1,300 Rand. And year to date, First Rand has performed 31% year to date. But as for me, I have a growth of 38.9%. Okay. Also, in terms of Capitec, I would like to mention that we're gonna get dividends, which is nice, of 39 Rand per share. It's good. So because I have about 3 shares, I'm probably gonna get what is 40 Rand times 3, it's 120 Rand. So I'm probably gonna get 120 Rand, which is good. But in also going back to comparing Capitec with other banks, looking at dividends yield, Capitec has the least dividends yield versus other banks. So, if you look into Standard Bank, they have a dividends yield of 4.7. If you look into Standard Bank has 5.3. If you look into Absa, they have 4.7, but yeah, I'm still holding Capitec. Moving on, another share that I hold is Purple Group. I currently have 2,100 in value, and it has grown by 62.2%, and the total value that I have on this share, including profit, is 5,500. Okay, so interesting enough, I am also gonna buy more, probably have 20,000 as well going forward, and as I have a plan to get to 150,000 for my portfolio. I mean, these are the type of shares that I'll be buying going forward to get to that 150,000. Okay, so for Capitec, for the longest time, Capitec has been trading below 1 Rand, and there was a goal within Purple Group. I said Capitec, I meant Purple Group. There was a goal within Purple Group that they were trying to get to 2 Rand, and then they got to 2 Rand, and it was so fast for them to move from 2 Rand to 3 Rand, and now it's trading between 2 Rand and 3 Rand. I think currently the current price is 2 Rand, 2.85 cents. So also in terms of fundamentals, I believe in Purple Group a lot, and I don't doubt that they will get to 10 Rand in the next coming years. So I'm definitely gonna buy more. This is where I'm gonna hold most of my stocks, including Capitec. So I know that there is a plan for them to go into Europe. They've just tapped into Australian market, and also I know that they want to open up a credit facility where they can borrow money to clients. And considering that now they've just reached, I think it's 1,500,000 subscribers or investors in their platform. It's a huge number. It's a huge number. Let me quickly confirm what that number is. I'm sure they posted it on their Instagram. EasyEquities. Yes, 1,500,000. Okay, so they will be able to have clients who can take credits, from 1,500,000 people. They can get customers there and expand on their business model. Okay, so other shares that I hold is it's in resources, which is Sasol, Exxaro, Thungela, and Sibanye. I know I hold a lot of mining companies, and there is a bit of biasness there because I'm a mining engineer. So I think because I understand them, I seem to lean towards them. But to be honest, I'm not gonna buy more. This is all that I can buy in a resource industry. And sadly, I have Exxaro and I have Thungela. I know they're totally two different companies, but they all own coal commodities. So if something is to happen to coal, I'm gonna lose double-sided, because what affects Exxaro will affect Thungela. As you can see, even the growth that we are seeing in both companies, Thungela and Exxaro, is caused by the coal price that has just escalated. So talking about my growth in these two companies, I have bought Exxaro maybe a month ago, and already I'm at 42.6%. So it's been doing great, and total growth is year to date is 31%, and currently is trading at 204 Rand. So I have in Exxaro 5,700, and my profit is 1,700 Rand. I will definitely buy more of Exxaro. I also own Sasol. I am not a Sasol fan. I have bought Sasol. I never added anything to Sasol. Currently, I'm sitting at 116% of growth, and I own a total value of 1,500. And in terms of price, Sasol currently is trading at 393. Okay, yep. So Tungela has been that stock. Yeah. So yes, so we won by Tungela, guys. We won. So in Tungela, I have 13,290 rand, and my growth is 303%, and I've made a profit of 10,000 rand. You know, if you remember, my total growth is 18,000 rand. That means 10,000 rand of that profit is coming from Tungela. Tungela has been doing well, guys. And during the time that it started growing at about 5% per day, I think not long ago, in the past weeks, I bought 5,000 rand and 5,000 rand more of Tungela shares, and I didn't tell anyone, and it benefited me a lot. Yeah, you know, because people were saying, well, do you think we are late? What I was like, not me. I'm not late. I'm buying more, right? And the good part about it is that we're gonna get dividends on the 9th of May, which is so great. It's for 18 rand per share, if I'm not mistaken, and I currently own 55 Tungela shares, which means that I'll probably get 1,000 rand of dividends in Tungela. Other companies such as Sivanye pays dividends, as well as Exaro, they pay dividends. So, you know, mining companies, a lot of them do pay dividends, and they have high yield. Okay, so other companies that I hold in terms of my ZA account is the 3 companies that are in a different industry compared to financials and resources, which are my favorite, right? I have a company which is called Transaction Capital. I'm also bullish on this one, and this company I solely bought because of a video that Tisa, I think her account is called Financial Chat with Tisa. She made a very long video explaining how this company works. So I'm not going to run it. If you're interested, just go and watch her video. So currently I have 2,100 in this company, and I've had a profit of 9.6%, which is equivalent to 289 rand, right? So I also own Vukile. Vukile is a REIT, meaning real estate investments account or company, right? I currently hold 2,300 on Vukile. Vukile pays nice dividends, but nice dividends. I think they pay dividends of 10.93 in terms of yield. Last time I checked, it was about 35% per share, 35 rand per share, sorry. Yeah, and it's pretty good. I buy this share particularly for dividends, and I'm probably gonna buy more of it, right? Last company that I hold on my ZA account, it's Woolworths. I'm not really a fan, but now I have ShopRite on my watch list. I feel like I'm going to replace Woolworths with ShopRite. Currently, I have shares of 1,700 rand, and it's at 13.4%, and it's been there forever. So, you know, for my ZA account, I go for, a medium to aggressive kind of risk. So this is too conservative for me, so I need to move. So in terms of Vukile, if you want to understand what they do, just go and read their integrated investment reports. I know that they have some property in South Africa. They also have some in Spain, and they're doing well in terms of rent collection. So I'm gonna go to my tax-free savings account. I want to explain what they do, because I have a lot of videos where I talk about tax-free savings account and the shares that I hold there, or the ETFs that I hold there. So I'm just gonna tell you how it's been doing, right? As I mentioned, I've only made 1,500 rand profit, which is 4% of the overall account. So what I hold is One Invest S&P 500, Infotech. I have 5,000 rand there. My profit is 100 rand. not so good. I have Share Total World. I love this one. Although currently I'm at a loss, I feel like this is where I'm probably gonna buy more. And I have 4,760 and I'm making a loss of 230. I also have Cetrix Top 40. I have 5,900, making a profit of 676, which is 13%. So this is doing pretty well. And I have Cetrix DV Plus, where I'm holding, I have 8,400 and I'm making a profit of 1,512. So that's the most performing ETF currently. And I also have MSCI World ESG. This is like, you know, your sustainability kind of companies. To be honest, I'm gonna sell this one. I'm currently holding. I currently have shares worth of 4,400, and I'm making a loss of 542, which is 10.8% of a loss. I also have Nasdaq 100. I'm bullish on this one. I know that things have not been going well in the US, but still, I believe that when the market recovers, we will recover on Nasdaq 100, which holds 100 stocks that are in the tech space. Or that are listed on the Nasdaq stock exchange. So I have 4,900 and I'm making a loss of 89 Rand. So I'm making so much loss on my ETFs. And also I have Signia Healthcare 150. I like this one as well. I have 5,000 Rand and I'm making a profit of 1.59%. which is 79 Rand. Okay, going to my USA stocks where I'm making 3,000 Rand loss. These are very little, and to be honest, I'm not planning on buying more. I feel like I don't understand how the stocks in the US works. Maybe because it's been bad in America. I feel like I've not been making the good choices, but there's possibility that the fundamentals are still right, and it's just the bad timing overall in the stock market. Okay, so I'm holding Apple. I've been buying more regardless of what's happening in the US. And I have 372 USD with a profit of 79.89 USD. That's plus 27% growth, which is good. I have Caterpillar. I had sold Caterpillar, guys, because it's such a stable company. And for me, in terms of equities, I'm going for aggressive to medium risk, right? So I sold it. However, at the time that I sold it, I was eligible for dividends. So they paid dividends and my dividends has grown by 12.8%, which is so funny. I wish I didn't sell. So the money that I had, they could have maybe made 12.8% growth right now. And about Facebook one day just drastically dropped after the results showing that they lost users. Apparently they lost to TikTok. So yeah, I bought it because I still believe that Mark has plans for this company. So however he starts implementing them, I will recover as he recovers, right? And he's a major stakeholder of Facebook, so there's no way he will let it just go like that. Okay, so I hold 100 USD in terms of value, and I'm losing about 6.46, which is USD, which is equivalent to 5.6% loss. Upstart has been my biggest loser. Okay, so I hold in total value 198.69 with a loss of 274. Let me quickly check what 274 is. That's like 4,000 Rand loss, which is huge, right? It's 58.05 loss. You know, after I got to this loss, I started asking myself, how much loss does one have to take, right, in the stock market before they can actually sell, right? I think with where I stand, I've started, thinking that there is no way that I can go below minus 10% of a loss and still hold the stock. I think sometimes I'll take my loss and go and invest elsewhere, guys. Like, I don't think that I will ever do it again to hold a stock for that long while it's drastically losing the value. Okay, so that's it that I hold. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please tell me what you hold, if we have the same stocks, and what your plans are. Don't forget to subscribe. Goodbye.